The actual application process is relatively straightforward. We'll start by going to google.com/nonprofits. That's Google for Nonprofits' main page. And from here, we can click Get Started in the top right, or we can go all the way down here and click Get Started here. Now, Google is going to ask us to sync this to a particular Google account. Make sure you're using a Google account that's associated with your nonprofit. Now, this process is going to take us through a few questions. Google is going to verify our nonprofit status and existence, and then we're going to wait a couple days. So let's go through this process. I'm going to go ahead and just use this Gmail and say continue. Now Google is going to say, hey, are you sure you're not one of these ineligible types of nonprofits? We've already went over this. Nope, we're good to go. Then we're going to select our country. And then from here, Google is going to say, hey, we want to ask you and verify your nonprofit. This can be done pretty quickly. So we're going to go ahead and select begin. And then we're going to go ahead and select next. So GoodStack is going to verify this, which is a third party that Google uses. And now you can go ahead and put your registration number. That could be your EIN, anything like that. Or you could just type in your nonprofit. In this case, we're going to type in Cat Care Society. That's us right there. We see our EIN, we see our location. So we're going to go ahead and select next. Now I'll put in some basic information here. Let's go ahead and do this. And I'll go ahead and say, sure, I'll take some extra information and then check this last box, make sure you are a representative and all of that basic stuff, and then select submit. I'm not going to select submit in this video, but once you do, the verification process will begin. And with GoodStack, it's usually pretty quick. Once you're approved, you'll be taken to a section that looks like this, and you'll be able to select Get Started next to the Google Ad Grants icon here. Once you go through that process, Google will then provide you with a Google Ad Grant account. In other words, you don't need to create a Google Ad Grant account. Instead, after a few days, Google will simply send you access to one. Now, that's an important distinction here because what you don't want to do is accidentally create a paid Google Ads account when you're intending to use a grant account. Once Google emails you access to your Google Ad Grant account, you'll be able to sign in. Once you're there, you can triple check that you're in the correct grant account by going over to Billing and then click Summary. And then you'll see We Don't Bill You. That tells you you are in a Google Ad Grant account and you've successfully applied and created a Google Ad Grant account.